So we've come to matrices, and matrices is just a rectangular array of numbers. Okay, it's just a way for us to organize our data so that it looks a bit neater. For example, I take a look at this. Okay, this is just an example of shop 1 and 2 stock take of their clothes according to brand A, brand B, and brand C. For example, shop 1 has 16 clothes from brand A, 7 clothes from brand B, and 69 clothes from brand C. This is repeated for shop 2. So, how is this represented more clearly and organized in a simplified format? Well, we will actually make use of matrices. So this representation in data form can be represented in matrices. If you convert this data to matrices form, it will look like this, where it will still tell me the same thing, that shop 1 has 16 clothes from brand A, 7 clothes from brand B, and 69 clothes from brand C. So long as we know how we actually organize our numbers in the first place. So one question to ask is, what is an order of a matrix? Okay, order is just number of rows by number of columns. So in this case, this matrix has 1, 2 rows, and it has 1, 2, 3 columns in total. So this matrix is a 2 by 3 matrix, where this sign, even though it looks like multiplication sign, in matrix theory, we use the word by. So it's a 2 by 3 matrix. Let's take a look at these examples where we will write down the order of the matrices, meaning number of rows by number of columns. You can pause this video to make a guess of the order of each of the matrix. So now I will go through it. For the first one, part A, there are 2 rows and 4 columns. So simply, this is just a 2 by 4 matrix. For part B, it's a 2 by 2 matrix. For part C, okay, it may look tricky, but that's actually just 3 rows and 1 column. So it's a 3 by 1 matrix. How about for part D? Part D, there's only 1 row, but 4 columns. So it's a 1 by 4 matrix. For E, it's just 1 by 1. So even though it looks like it's just one number with a bracket, it's still considered a matrix. It's a 1 by 1 matrix. For F, it may look a bit tricky. Part F is actually quite a special one. We actually call this the zero matrix, where this matrix has only the number 0. But it doesn't mean that it's equal to 0. Okay, this is still considered a matrix, not a number. And in this case, this is actually a 1 by 1 matrix. So answer 1 by 1. So now we take a look at question 2 on page 144. And for part 1, I have represented the data using matrix M, where this is matrix M. Basically just rewriting in the form of matrix. And recalling what we have learned about the order of the matrix, can you tell me what is the order of this matrix? This is actually a 2 by 4 matrix. 2 rows and 4 columns. Part 2, how many boys like swimming the most? Basically, I can find it from the table. Under boys swimming, I have 5 students. So answer is simply 5. Now, let's find the sum of the elements in the first column of M. So you need to know that first column of this matrix is this one. Okay? Summing up, 14 plus 1 will give me 15. And the question is, what does 15 represent? Based on the context of the question, if I add 14 plus 1, it just tells me the number of students who like soccer the most. Lastly, how do I find the total number of girls in this class using the matrix M? So by the context of the question, it means that I have to add up all these numbers which just appears in the second row. And how I did is I will be adding all the elements in the second row of M. Or if you don't want to say adding, you can just say we are summing all the elements, which will give us answer 16.